welcome to Crystal-izeDiYs, aka the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to thrift flip this year outfit because why not? No, I'm going to show you how to do it, and you can trust me on how to do it because I've appointed myself as a solid seasoned thrifter, and it's only appropriate to be titled a solid seasoned thrifter. Who needs them? Who needs more credentials than that? So basically this whole video is going to be for people who this video is going to be for people who potentially want some motivation, to get those mid-tier clothes from the thrift store and make them feel like they're brand new and just for you. I like how that rhymed. I feel like I should reserve the rights for that or something before I get like famous or something. That's definitely probably how that works. Yeah, but so like and subscribe to Crystal-izeDiYs, and let's jump in and give this thrift flip a try. So I found this lovely two-piece skirt and shirt set a little while ago, and even though she's like a little bit cute but like a little bit basic, she was only $4. $4, count them however you want to count them. $4 is like way more cute than like a little bit cute. So like how cute that was, the price was very cute. So this was definitely an item that I had to run by my secret is it worth it checklist / qualifications questionnaire, made specifically for thrift flipping. And I've been perfecting it for like a decent span of time of sorts. Now you lucky ducks get to hear all about it for free, so you too can get thrifty. Number 1, is the fabric cute? Answer, yes, duh, obviously, period. Number 2, is the outfit cheap? It literally costed less than a box of chicken and a biscuit. That's a steal. Number 3, do you know how to wash it? It is very important to always wash your thrifted clothes. Do not wear thrifted clothes without washing them, please, and think how to wash it. And I was like, this thing probably will do good on a nice cold wash. Just hang dry it for safety. And it came out of the wash and dried just the way that I bought it. So that is a success in my books. That's a solid success. But now let's assess the problems. So I knew I wanted to cut off the sleeves because they felt quite constricting. I personally like having mobility. I also started sweating in them like much too quickly. I realized that double layer chiffon is not as breathable as it looks. So those armpit prisons definitely had to go. To get started on flipping this thrift find, flipping the thrift, I just put a pin on both my shoulders while wearing it to indicate how thin of a strap I wanted, so I can have just a general guide of where to cut. I decided to cut each sleeve off independently because the layers were too thick and wiggly to cut while folded in half. and you know, I didn't want to break a blade, and I wanted to be able to cut through the whole thing. So luckily I am related to a wonderful wizard seamstress and mother who told me that I'm going to definitely need her help to pursue this project. So thank the Lord that she has successfully fought with the chiffon under the sewing machine before and is here to teach us a lesson, because my rookie sewing skills would not be sufficient enough to handle such fabrics. You know, it might be a lot easier to tolerate sewing this fabric if you painted and hand sewed it in place, but we decided to go with the sewing machine because it can usually finish the job quicker, even with all the inevitable delays and mistakes that come with chiffon versus machine. You know, I had a professional with me, so we decided to take the risk. Another perk of having a costume designer mom is the thread collection. I got to pick out a nice thread that I thought matched the best. We loaded up a little bobbin with the same color and got to sewing. You know, there's a quick hack. You can tie a really small knot on the end with the color that you want, the old colors that were previous, pull them through, and you have a whole new set of threads in your overlock machine. But if not, there's usually a diagram on the machine, but also it's very helpful to watch videos. I also found them challenging at first, but you know, when in doubt, hand sew it out. So we took the shirt that we had, flipped it inside out, cleaned up those raw cut edges, and then went back and hemmed it with a regular sewing machine to create a nice clean stitched edge, as you can see here. I felt like the shirt was still missing something, so my mom helped me find the perfect centerpiece from her secret stash of costuming buttons. These ones made by Crystal buttons to bring the whole look together. We don't call it Crystal-izeDiYs for nothing, people. If you don't know how to sew a button, it's super easy to learn. You just take any thread and a sewing needle, double it up for extra security, tie a knot at the end. It's best to start from the underside of the fabric and then bring the thread back and forth across the front and then underneath, and then once it feels as secure as you want, just tie a final knot, cut the string, and then move on to the next one. You can fancy tie it like this, or, you know, you could tie a knot like you're tying your shoes, you know? Tomato, tomato, pistachio, pistachio, they both get the job done. So as I was sewing the button down, it was a bit difficult to keep it in place on the aforementioned wiggly fabric. It was actually a blessing in disguise because I accidentally found out that I like the button as a diamond shape more than the square direction. So now the shirt has officially been crystallized. Crystallized. Now for the skirt. Okay, so the style was a bit long for my liking, and the waistband had this ridiculous excuse of an elastic band that was so thin that it was almost impossible to get it to lay flat. So I decided that I was going to chop the old waistband out, measure a new band out with a more sturdy elastic, you know, one that was like thick with like 2 seeds, and then sewed it in place. My mom did a trick where she went along the skirt with a single stitch in her sewing machine and then carefully pulled the end of the string so that the material would bunch up and then fit the waistband, even though the opening was about the size of my hips to start out with. So as we bunched it up, it fit the size of the new elastic band. And that there is what I call a magic, my friends. Magic sorcerer seamstress mom. She's the best. Everybody comment down below that sorcerer seamstress mom is the best. We then secured the new elastic in place, and then poof, I now have a totally functional summer outfit that was cheaper than a whole box of chicken and a biscuit. You won't find it anywhere else. I personally think that I cut the arm openings a little bit crooked because I didn't want to time in the whole wiggly situation, but I figured that I can now add my own sleeves that give me all the mobility that I want. So I popped a comfy collared shirt on underneath and put this chunky belt on that I stole from an old winter jacket to give it more of like a 70s feel. Although it took a little extra, how do you say, finagling than I expected. I really like how it turned out, and it is now a much more versatile piece of clothing that I can reach for more often because I made it more comfortable and I made it more me. So, you know, don't forget about those super clickable like and subscribe buttons. And you know, I hope this encouraged you to make your closet more unique to you for less. And you know, if it did, I will catch you next time to try more DIYs, my guys.